In celebration of our 75th anniversary, we asked you to join the conversation on the kind of future you wanted to see. 2020 has been an unprecedented year, but we are encouraged by the way that youth have responded to these challenges, reminding us that we are united in our hopes, fears, and successes.
Together, we can minimize the effects of global warming and have a longer lasting and healthier Earth.
We can help support reforestation measures and stop deforestation of our rainforests to help combat the effects of climate change.
We can protect our coral reefs
and coastal resources to facilitate sustainable development.
Together, we can support sea turtle conservation by getting involved.
Together, we can all practice recycling,
which will solve the problem of pollution.
We can ban to fight against pollution on land and in our oceans.
We can reduce the use of single-use plastic and save the lives below water.
We can and we must reduce our ecological footprint in order to save and preserve our remaining natural resources.
We can, in the face of climate change, generate innovative industries to secure our future.
We can work towards sustainable energy.
Together, we can overcome this climate crisis and build a greener, more sustainable world for all.
Together, we can fight against childhood obesity and reduce the rates of preventable non-communicable diseases.
We can achieve equitable, universal health coverage for persons living with non-communicable diseases.
And access to sustainable and affordable essential medicines and vaccines for all.
Together, we can tackle chronic diseases by promoting active, healthy lifestyles and improving agricultural infrastructures.
Together, we can eat more healthy, sustainable, and environmentally friendly foods.
We can be mindful of what we buy and consume so that future generations can have a similar quality of life as us.
Together, we can move for mental health and invest more to improve the standard of care all across the world.
It's an issue that many people are faced with that not many people tend to address. And we should be able to get together to help find and create safe and comfortable environments for people who feel like they're alone in some of these situations.
Together, we can halve the amount of road-related injuries and fatalities in a flash.
Together we can fight COVID-19, also known as coronavirus, by following the protocols by wearing of masks and social distancing.
We can survive the financial crisis of this pandemic and develop sustainable financial habits.
We can fight against gender stereotypes and reduce inequalities by creating safe spaces for girls and young women to develop their fullest potential.
We can end gender inequality and make the world a better place.
Together, we can obliterate gender normative roles while acknowledging that climate change exists and placing greater emphasis on the different ways we can improve the resilience of our vulnerable communities.
We can encourage and empower our youth, especially young girls, to take up space and actively participate in good governance at all levels.
We can create spaces of inclusivity where young people have a seat at the table to participate in decision making and nation building.
And together, we can stop gender inequality by sticking together and standing up for women's rights.
Together we can end period poverty.
Menstrual hygiene is a human right, and there should be no reality where young girls and people who menstruate are unable to afford period products, basic period products.
Together, we can reduce poverty by increasing access to safe drinking water and basic hygiene and sanitation facilities,
which will create opportunities for all.
Together, we can improve the lives of persons living with disabilities by strengthening our institutional response and mechanisms to ensure that we are meeting the unique needs and challenges being faced by this population.
Together, we can preserve our historical monuments to reflect on the injustices of our past as we build a more just future.
Together we can improve regional trade and strengthen our economies.
We can increase innovation, self-sufficiency and legacies for youth by supporting creativity and entrepreneurship.
We can facilitate investment in infrastructure
innovation and quality education, conscious that these are the crucial drivers that drive economic growth and development.
We can obliterate the economic inequalities that exist within rural communities.
We can end brain drain and provide decent work for all.
Together, we can ensure access to free, equitable, and quality education
that enables students to use modern technologies to bolster economic diversification, especially in times of crisis.
Together, we can afford all people of all backgrounds and quality education.
Let us continue to champion the cause of quality education until it becomes a global reality for all, transcending socioeconomic and cultural boundaries.
Together we can end domestic violence.
Together we can work to reduce child neglect and abuse by pooling more time and resources into government agencies.
We can ensure our children have a better and safer future by implementing legislation that protects their rights guaranteed under the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child.
We can be our brother's keeper and work together as we help to address the challenges that we see worldwide.
Together, we can and we must guarantee that young people are always meaningfully included and engaged at all levels of governance. There can and there should never be, not even a single systemic barrier that prevents us from shaping the future that we want to see.